Lovelies, so we're doing a review for Quicksilver by Callie Hart. Before we begin the review, might I add that we are doing a spoiler version. This is not spoiler free. Usually I do spoiler free, but this is going to have spoilers, so keep that in mind when watching this video. If you don't mind spoilers, go ahead and watch it. If you don't like spoilers, don't watch it. I think I said that right. And so if you read the book or want to read the book but you don't mind spoilers, go ahead and watch it. But this is not spoiler free. Now, I did not know this making some of the videos clips. I just decided this, so some stuff I might have left out. But going on, there's going to be spoilers. So yeah. I think it would fit the book better if I did spoilers. So that is what I have to say. Bye, lovelies. Lovelies, welcome back to my channel. I'm Rachel. It's nice to meet you. We are going to be doing a review. I have lots of stuff coming out and reviews coming, so keep an eye out. We are going to do a review for Quicksilver by Callie Hart. I just started it. I'm only on chapter 2, and I like it so far. I think the girl main character, let me see if I can pronounce her name. I think it's like, there's a pronunciation guide in the very front, so that's helpful. The only thing I don't like about that is that you have to flip back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But I mean, it's not the worst thing. Her name is Saris. So there's Saris, and I like her. She's really great. She is a badass. I like that she knows how to fight. Her brother's name is Hayden, and that's all I know so far. I literally know nothing. Oh, she's about to fight this guy named, let me see, I think it's like Callum or Callius or Carrion. She's about to fight Carrion because he hit her brother, he did something to her brother. That is all I know so far. I will be back and keep you guys updated. Goodbye, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rachel. It's nice to meet you. By the way, sorry if you see a glare on my glasses. These are not glare-free. I just got them last night in the mail or yesterday in the mail, and I love them. I can see so much better. Anywho, we are talking about the book Quicksilver by Callie Hart. See? So we are on chapter... We were on chapter 7. I'm going to update you guys about that first. What happened is, so far from the beginning, there's a girl named Saris, and she starts off with her, like, getting into trouble with someone named Karen, because she's trying to stand up for her brother. And so she goes to confront him. He's like, first it starts with her stealing this armor from this guard. And so she like runs and steals this armor that's supposedly not good to do. And then it switches from there, from her finally getting the armor where she needs it, to going after where her brother was, because someone named Karen decided to beat up her brother. So she decided to go find Karen and confront him. And he's like, he found out about the armor. He's like, funny story, some girl with armor. And then he finds that it's her, and he's like, you're gonna be in so much trouble, blood's gonna spill everywhere if you're gonna start a riot. And so that happened, and she left the armor with her brother. Her brother ran off with the armor and found it. And of course, the guards of the people where she stole the armor, 10 more guards came, and they're like, gonna kill the brother. So Sarah steps in and like, hey, I stole it. He had nothing to do with it. And they were gonna kill him, and they were gonna try and take her. She's like, oh, no. No one takes me. Pulls out her knives and starts fighting them. Kills most of them except the general. And there she goes to the queen. And the queen tells her, I want to hear you scream, make it sing, make her sing, or whatever. That's the exact words. And so he makes her sing by making her bleed, and and something happens to where, I don't want to say what happens, but something happens, and she opens this portal to the Fae world. And so she now enters this Fae world, and she meets Kingfisher for like 2.2 seconds while he saves her. And then she wakes up in this world not knowing where she's going. She's learning about the gods and all that right now. And she meets the king. The king has set up this thing where he wants her to go to the library and learn until he can... They call the knife Quicksilver. I guess it's the name of the book. The knife is called Quicksilver. So that she pulled to open the portal. You gotta pull a knife. And it's called Quicksilver. I don't know why. So it has a puddle of silver to it. And so they want her to fix the silver pool. And then they will release her. So she's got to work at the library to figure out how to fix it. And then they meet Kingfisher, who's about to be executed. Kid you not, executed. But everyone's like, no, don't kill him. Send him to the war. And so, yeah, that is what has happened so far. We are now on chapter 8, and we're now getting to the library. But that is the whole book so far. That is, in sum, what happened. I will keep you guys updated with more later. Bye, lovelies. We are on chapter... Or I should just say the page number. We're on page 141. And she just found out they're in the library finding out what an alchemist is and how the Quicksilver has to do with her. And she's got to learn how to do the portal and how to close it and stuff. We met Kingfisher. He's pretty cool. There's this one scene, and I think I already said this. There's this one scene in the book. They're going into the thing, and he's like, should we knock? And he's like, sure. But gives her like a, as they described it in the book, a cocky grin. He's like, sure. And I don't know why it's so funny. He kicks down the door and says, knock, knock. I don't know what about that makes me laugh so hard every time. It just makes me laugh. And then he's like, I just want the other part where she's like, magic? He's like, ooh, magic. He's just so sarcastic and so funny, and I'm supposed to like, he's a jerk though, a huge jerk, but he's so funny. He's like, magic, mocking her. It's just funny. He's so funny. He's also a big jerk, but I love the book so far. So yeah, and then I found out that Everly, I think I'm getting two different books confused. Everlane, or am I thinking of her? I think her name's Everlane. Evanley. I think I'm thinking of a different book. Hold on. You know, her name's Everlay, or something like that. She is their brother, Quicksilver. I can't even speak, I'm so tired. Kingfisher and Everlay are sister and brother, but they don't get along, I'm assuming, by the way they're bickering, and she literally said, sometimes I wish you weren't my brother. They don't get along. And there's just a lot of stuff I'm still confused about, so yeah. I'll keep you guys updated when there's more. Okay, bye, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rich. It's nice to meet you. It is currently 12:36 in the morning, and of course, we're reading Kingfisher. Quicksilver. I was thinking of Kingfisher. We are reading Quicksilver. We're on chapter 12 of Quicksilver. So far what's happened is, and I don't know if I explained everything that happened already to you guys, but so far what happened is Kingfisher and Ceres, I don't know if I pronounced her name right. They are in the chamber, or whatever you want to call it, and they are trying to figure out how to work the Quicksilver. Which, if you don't know what the Quicksilver, it's a knife, but there's also a pool, like a Quicksilver, like an actual pool of Quicksilver, that transports you from place to place. And we find out that the way it transports is you think of a place, or you think of that place, and you say it out loud, and you get transported there. So it's like, oh my gosh, it's going to be so easy, I can easily get home. But she hasn't tried it yet. We just got to that part. And also, fun fact, I did not know this. I was reading about it earlier. The Fae can smell your arousal. Like what? So there's this one scene in this book where she's just looking at him. Or not looking at him, she's thinking about him. Like, thinking about him. He's like, I can smell your arousal. And so she's like, but I didn't do anything. What? And so it was funny because she was just speechless. And then Evelyn walks in. By the way, Evelyn and Fisher are brother and sister. It's a hard thing to explain, but basically her mom had an affair. No. Her mom had an affair. Her mom got married to the king. She was a servant or a something, and he demanded she get married to him, so she got married, and so Fisher was from a different marriage of hers, of Evelyn's mom. So she was from a different marriage, and he came along, and then he's always hated Kingfisher. So it's basically that's it. But anyways, that happened, and so Evelyn walks in, and she's like, man, Fisher, I can smell your arousal from here. What'd you do at the bar last night? He doesn't even bother correcting her, saying that it was Ceres. He's like, okay, I'll go shower. Like, this is so funny. And then there's this one part which I'm reading right now. She screamed because she saw a fox, and I don't think she's ever saw a fox before, even though she's human. I don't know. She's like, what is that? And she starts screaming. And so he thinks she's about to get murdered. So he says, geez, human, don't do that. Because he calls her human. And he's always constantly calling humans weak. So he thinks she's weak. I don't know. He's like, Jesus, human, don't do that. He was going to kill the fox. The baby fox. And she's like, stop it. He's like, stop screaming. I have a hangover. Their banter is just so funny. Like, I love them. Basically, think of Kai and Kit. So earlier when I said Kai and Kit, I meant Kai and Peyton. So think of Kai and Peyton's banter and Powerless, and put that in their banter into this book. It's kind of the same. And I love a banter in a book. I love me a good banter. So yeah. From Powerless and that banter, and put it into this book, you got all the banter. It is so good. And now she keeps paying attention to him shirtless, and I'm like, oh my gosh, girl. And so she's like, she's turned on for sure. But anyways, that is all that's happened so far. I'll keep you guys updated in a little bit. Okay, bye, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. It's currently 1:42 in the morning. I wanted to give y'all guys an update before I go to bed. Because if I can't fall asleep, I'm going to read. But if I can fall asleep, I'm going to sleep. And update y'all tomorrow more. We are on chapter, I want to say 15. Make sure. 13. Sorry, we're on chapter 13. And her and Kingfisher just kissed. So that was cool. And now she's running away with the necklace he wears to try and get home. That's all that happened since the last time we talked. I'll keep you guys updated. Okay, bye, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rachel. It's nice to meet you. We are reading Quicksilver by Callie Hart. We are on chapter... Let me see, because I'm currently reading it on my new Kindle Colorsoft. We are on chapter 19. So far what's happened is they went to the... So, after she escaped with Kingfisher's pendant and tried to steal the pendant to get to her house, her home, Kingfisher caught her, and it turns out she was kissing him as a distraction so she could steal the necklace or the ring or the pendant that's supposed to help him get through the Quicksilver without dying. She stole that. She went down where the Quicksilver is. She was about to go in there, and then Kingfisher stops her. He's like, well, you could have killed yourself. In a meaner tone, though, meaner way. And so that happened. Then she said, I need to get to my brother. He's like, I have a deal. You get to your brother. I'll get you your brother. They make a blood oath that he gets the brother. She chooses one person, not two, just one. Because she wanted to choose Elroy too, but she can choose one person. And so she chose her brother. They had a blood oath. They shook on it, which means this blood oath is till they die, till she dies. So she has this oath until she dies. So he went to go get her brother, but turns out it's Kirian Swift that he got instead of her brother. So he got the wrong person. So that happened, and then after they left and they went to his home, because he's not I don't know how to pronounce the name, Zeverin or whatever. That is not his home. His home is someplace called, I can't even pronounce it, Caw something. I'll look later. But they went to his house, and they just got there a couple days ago. She had to go through this tunnel that could make her sick. So she went through this tunnel that made her sick, and she was out for a couple days. And then, so that happened, and then she's trying to figure out how to get the metals to turn into trinkets for the soldiers to wear so they can get through the Quicksilver without dying. So she's doing that, and Kingfisher gives her a certain amount of time, and the blood oath, he says she cannot complain. She has to do exactly what he says. So she's doing that right now. So she's out there doing the blood oath, or she's out there doing the little trinkets and learning how to do it. But then Ren, I forget his real name. I think it's like Renifer or Ren. He made a deal. He's asked Kingfisher to try to get to know, her, Cirrus, because he's such an arrogant ass, and he's so mean all the time that he's like, you should get to know her. You can't have a blood oath with her and just demand things from her. She's a human. She has feelings. And so they have this dinner. I'm at this part now. These little creatures, I don't even know how to explain them. They sound disgusting. Like, they sound disturbing. But they attacked her and they bit her and she got poisoned. So Kingfisher's running and he's trying to save her. And he saves her life, and she just woke up from that. And Kingfisher is leaving to go somewhere for a couple days. She has to sit in the bed and cannot move to go unless she has to go to the bathroom. She thought her legs were not working. Turns out, because of the oath, she has to do exactly what he says. Because the way he worded it is, you got to do exactly what I say when I say it. She thought it was just referencing the Quicksilver and the trinkets, but he said in the oath, he worded it a certain way. He said you should really read the fine print. So now she has to do whatever he says, whenever he says it. So he told her not to move. She can only leave the bed to go to the bathroom. So she's been stuck in the bed for 6 days. And that is where we are now. So she's stuck in a bed for 6 days. She can't move. Like, she's stuck there until the poison's out of her system. Oh, and so yeah, that's all that's happened so far. They left Elaine, I guess, by her at the other house. So, you know, I guess she'll come back. I really don't know. But yeah, that is all that's happened so far. I will keep you guys updated for more later on. Okay, bye, lovelies. Hi, lovelies. Welcome back to my channel if you're new. I'm Rachel. It's nice to meet you. And I just got my new glasses in yesterday. And I love them so much. Look how cute they are. So I think I left off where she was stuck in the bed. That is already all past. She is now in, with Kingfisher, and they are at so Kingfisher's not from I'll think of the name in a minute. Zavarian. He's from Kalish. Kalish. So he's a warrior from Kalish, not Zevran. Or I'll pronounce it in a little bit, and I'll figure out how to pronounce it the right way. But he is Kalish, and he is a warrior. So that is where they are at his hometown. They were at the war camp for the longest time. And a lot has happened in that war camp. There were vampire attacks, almost an attack. They had to try and break the mountain so the vampires would not come and kill them. Because if they came and they get on, it's done, you know. Vampires tried to kill them. They broke the dam, or whatever you want to call it, to get the vampires from not coming. And now she was trying to fix the girl's sword, because she literally busted her sword when the other lady was trying to kill Kingfisher, and she's like, no, and it shattered the whole sword. And so the sword is now shattered because she is an alchemist, so she can break things, I guess, as an alchemist. An alchemist is, I think it's, if I can explain it right, is someone that is tasked with, they can make new swords, and they have to find the Quicksilver, which is, she can hear, she can listen, and the Quicksilver speaks to her, and so she has the ability to turn the Quicksilver and knives and make weapons with their rings. So she is trying to turn the trinkets into a weapon, so they can go to war and win. Right now, they were at some place. I forget the name of it because I'm horrible with the names in this book. They were at this place, and they were drinking their beer. And so Sarah's passed out, or not passed out, but like, you know, went out for a minute. And she keeps hearing this voice, which we don't know what it means yet. We haven't been told what it means. Kingfisher does not like the words. It's something mirror, something, I'll have to look it up in a minute and think of it and tell you guys later. I think it's like, Alma, and it says it 3 times. And she is like, Kingfisher freaks out when he hears it. We don't know why he doesn't like it. But when she touches the Quicksilver, it usually says that, because there was one part in the beginning of the book where Kingfisher literally put the Quicksilver to her wrist and said, make it stop, because it can speak to her. She said, make it go to sleep. And he's like, it's hurting me, because it was hurting her. And he said, are you weak? No, make it go to sleep. And so she made it go to sleep, but it was burning her in the process. And it was whispering that voice in her head. And we don't know what it means. So right now, that's where we're at right now. That is all that's happened. I can give you more detail. I feel like I should give y'all more details, but I'm not good at getting details, and I don't remember like all of it. But like basically that happened, and he's Oh, and they've had sex, you guys. They finally had sex. Dear Gord. Dear Gord? I can't speak. Dear Gord. You know, I'm trying to say, dear gosh. Dear God, they had sex. They finally had sex, and I'm so happy because I've been waiting from the chapters. They did it after like chapter 20, and they've done it again in chapter 25. They fully did it in chapter 25. They only kissed before. But oh my gosh, was it the sexiest scene I've ever read? Well, maybe not ever read, because Haunting Adeline can get pretty good if you think about it. But yeah, so that happened, and that is all that's happened so far, and I'll keep you guys updated more later. Hope you like my glasses. Okay, bye, lovelies. Guys, we only have 15 chapters left in this book, and then we are done. And I'm so sad because I love this book. We are on chapter 30. Yeah, we're on chapter 30. So far what happened is they went to that place. They went to Kingfisher's home, like where he lived with his mom. And so they stayed there the night, and then they had sex again. I'm loving it. So they went there, they had, and he stayed with her the whole night, which he hasn't done in the whole book. And they had breakfast. She had tattoos on her hands. Kinda, you know what it reminded me of, for being honest? It reminded me of ACOTAR, because Feyre has the tattoos on her hands. And I guess every time they have sex, she gets tattoos. I don't know. I don't know. So she gets tattoos all on her hands, and they're different things. And so when they have sex, she gets tattoos. And I'm like, okay. So she had all these tattoos, which I don't remember what they mean. And then they went back to the battlefield where she found out how to make the swords. Carrion suggested, well, why don't you just ask the sword to make the silver? She's like, I haven't thought of that. Like, why would I do that? It sounds stupid. And so she tried it, and it wants something in return. It can speak to her. So it said it agreed, but it wanted a song that they could have forever. So Lawrence sang the song, and they got to keep the song. So she forged a new sword with the from the deal they had. And so she worked forever to get it. And she forged the sword. It has it sounds dope. It's got a little, I don't know why I just said dope, as if it's still thing. She had the fox head on it, and a wolf head, a fox head, something. And, Lorith carved it, and it's supposed to be whoever bled first gets the sword, or whoever bled gets the magic to the sword, and the Quicksilver will make it unique. Of course, the sword was not made for Lorith. It was supposed to be made for someone else, but he ended up bleeding on the sword, which makes it his sword, and he hasn't had a sword for 100 years, I guess. So he finally has a sword. And what else? So that is, and now they're about to go to bed because she's been messing with this sword all day. She's exhausted. Everyone's going to bed, and she's in Kingfisher's bed. So she finally staying with Kingfisher, which I thought was really nice. But that is all that's happened so far. Oh, I forgot to mention Onyx. There's this, or is it Onyx? Onyx? There's this fox named Onyx. Onyx, I don't know how to pronounce it. Onyx. Onyx, I guess. He's so cute. He's just a little bitty baby. He's so cute. He's a wolf, or a A wolf? No. No, maybe he is a wolf. I don't know what he is. But he's so little he can fit in your hand. It is an onyx. And he's so cute. I could show y'all a picture next time. And I can pop it here. And show y'all a picture and put it on here. But he's so cute. Like, he's so cute. I'll show you a picture of Cirrus and him in a little bit. And I'll put it here or here somewhere. I'll probably put it there. I'll probably put it right here, so let me lean where you have it. Okay. That's where we're going to put Onks and Cirrus together. But he's so cute. Oh, and then I forgot to mention that whenever whenever she literally broke what's her name's sword, she said, "We have an alchemist on our hands," and Kingfisher's like, "She's mine." And I was like, whoa now. Okay. Possessive much? But I mean, I love me a possessive hero in books. I don't know about in real life, but, you know, in books it's fine. Everything's fine in books. Anywho, that is all that's happened so far. I will see you guys in a little bit. Okay, bye, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rachel. It's nice to meet you. We are on chapter 34. We have one, 10 chapters left. I'm trying to read slow now because I want to reserve the rest of it. Reserve, same thing, I guess. So what's happened so far is she created more weapons, one specifically for Lawrence. And so he has one, and the vampires came and turned the sister that we haven't seen in like forever into a vampire. Or she's not officially a vampire yet. She got bit, and she's going to turn into one if she accepts the blood. She is now chained to the head of the vampire, which is wild. So they're trying to figure out how to rescue her and save her. They killed most of the vampires. Sorry about that, I'm tired. Now, they did this thing where now Cirrus is now one of their warriors because she killed some of them, and they consider that a warrior move. And so she is now a warrior. They all went down on one knee and, you know, accepted her as their warrior. So she's now with them as a warrior. Fisher and her are, I guess, together officially. I mean, they've been together, but they're together now for sure. And they went back to college. I think they went back to college to find a way to save the sister. They're going to the library now. Right now, Cirrus is going to figure out how to create more swords. And the rest of them went to the library. There's one girl named... Hold on, let me figure out her name. Hold on, I'm trying to figure out her name. I don't know her name, but she's, I think it's like Danya. And I just figured out something that I thought was, so she's been sitting at the head of the, Kingfisher sits at the head of the table, and she's been sitting right beside him, which she's not supposed to do, because it is reserved, it is reserved for Kingfisher's wife, as if he is to marry. Is that like some kind of, like, maybe maybe I'm thinking ahead too much, but could that be a fast foreshadowing? Maybe that he's gonna get married to her, and she's gonna be officially married to him. Maybe, hopefully. Um, So the girl's like, he'll kill, like, you're not supposed to be sitting in his seat. And she has been a royal jackass this whole time, this whole book. Sarah's does not like her, no one likes her. And she passed out. And one of the guys says, do I have to go grab her? Like, they're so they're so annoyed with her that they didn't want to go grab her after she fainted. They're like, I don't even know how she became a warrior with them if they don't like her. But I mean, okay. So that's what they're doing now. So they killed most of the vampires, and then, yeah. But I will keep you guys updated. I might go back to sleep for a little bit or read for a bit. I haven't decided. But I will keep you guys updated. Okay, bye, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Rachel. It's nice to meet you. We have 6 chapters left. We have been reading for about 6 hours now. We've made a lot of progress. We are in chapter 38. Yeah, chapter 38 or 39, one of the two. And we found out that the tattoos are a mating ceremony. So when you have sex and you want to mate someone and you want them to be your mate, you grow tattoos. So married people do it, and people that want to be mated. So if Siri accepts the tattoos, she will be Kingfisher's mate. And Kingfisher accepted the tattoos now. So now it's up to her if she wants to be a mate of his. He basically told her things that he's not supposed to, because he can't tell her things. I think he's like on a some kind of, I don't want to say it's a binding contract, but he can't speak about what's happening to him. Like, he can't speak about it because he will physically hurt himself. I don't know why. I think it's like some kind of deal he made with someone. So he's trying to explain to her why he was so rude to her at the beginning. Turns out it was because he knew from the very beginning, for hundreds of years before he met her, that he was going to end up with her. Because his mom was a seer, and she said, you're going to meet this woman, and she's going to be your mate, and you're gonna like be happy. He hated her because he felt weak or something like that, and so he said that he was mean to her because, and he calls it little Osha, which means butterfly. But what the story we found out doesn't just mean little butterfly. It means, there has a meaning that all these butterflies go somewhere and they get protected, and you have, like, it happens only 100 years, and these butterflies get protected because they are like rare or something like that, and they're beautiful. Turns out he named her Asha because he thinks she's the savior, or not savior. She used a word, but that is what the butterfly means. And he literally just said, I'm in love with you, Sirius Vane. He's in love with her. They're gonna bond. Oh my gosh, it's so cool. They just got done sleeping together about 6 times. Don't ask me how that, I'm not judging. They slept together 6 times. It's now morning time. They went to the library. Oh, and Fisher technically said he'll die because this Quicksilver that he has in his system is taking over. I don't know if I ever mentioned the Quicksilver in his system, but he has Quicksilver in his system that is slowly killing him. And so Sarah's got mad. She's like, we can't just give up. We're not just going to let you die. Like, and plus, if you die, Laura dies because you are tethered together because you gave him your blood, and now y'all are tethered. If you die, you're going to be left in the abyss, and you'll be staying there till he dies. And he said he would kill himself before he ever let you in the abyss. He's like, well, he would never know. and I can have Renfis, I call him, its name's Ren, could kill me. Sirius got so mad. She's like, no, we're going to find answers to this. We're going to figure this out. Oh, they're so cute together. Like, I'm getting all these things I didn't know about. But they are going into the lion's den. Ooh. They are going to go actually into the vampire lair. I don't know what you want to call it. Lair, vampire thing. And they are going to get Everlane, the sister. Everlane, they're going to try and get a strong witch. The strongest witch they could find is going to extract the venom out of her so the bond won't happen. And so that is happening. Like, I'm so excited. I only have 6 chapters left, and I'm like, what else could possibly happen in this book that's not already happened? But then one thing the mom said, and I have this theory, and I don't know about my theory. It's a high theory. The picture that the mom drew about Sarah saying that he would meet her in 100 years, she was Fae. What if, because right now she's human, what if something happens to her and she's dying, and in order to save her, he turns her into a Fae? Kind of like, I feel like Ryzan did that to Feyre when she, under the mountain. Didn't he, like, save her by turning her into a fairy and linking them? So my theory is, if this is somewhat like, since it does somewhat give me vibes of Akatar, what if she dies, and in order to save her, he turns her into a fairy or a fae? But I could be totally wrong. It's just a theory here. But she's supposed to be a fae. He's like, my mom must have got it wrong, but I have a theory. I think she's going to turn fae somehow. I think when she goes into that vampire lair, something's going to happen. She's going to die, or almost die, and he's going to risk saving her. Maybe. High chance it won't even happen. There's a high chance I'm completely wrong. But we'll find out. But that is all we have now. I'm going to try and finish the book, and then update you guys when I'm finished. Okay, bye, lovelies. Hello, lovelies. Welcome back. If you're new, I'm Rachel. It's nice to meet you. We just finished Quicksilver by Callie Hart. There is a lot to digest. So let's see. They got Everlane cleared. They went, so Kingfisher left a note saying that he was going to, basically like a death note. And he went to the vampires, and so of course Sirius, Lorith, and Carrion went with. They got to Kingfisher, and I was correct somewhat. She is now a fae and vampire, both. What happened is she was on the brink of death, like I was saying, and the vampire said the only way for her to survive is he turns her. So he turns her, and then as she's dying, she goes to somewhere. I don't know if it's heavens or what, but she met the gods, and they had a pool of Quicksilver, and they gave her a thing that says, we'll give you peace, and you can be with Kingfisher. I don't remember much what was happening, but yeah. And then turns out Carrion is actually a fae this whole time. We found out because as he was trying to save Kingfisher, Malcolm, the vampire, drank his blood and almost died because of it. And so he's now dead, I think. And so he turned into he's been a fae this whole time disguised as a human. And we just now found that out. They are on the dune, the wrong side of it, I guess I should say. And the ending was insane. Like the last chapter, sorry, I was checking to make sure my teeth were white. The last chapter ended on, I want to say it's a cliffhanger, maybe. It literally said, Kingfisher told her how they want her to be queen. So she's going to be queen of wherever they are. And she's like, no, I just turned into a half fae, half vampire. There's no way I can become queen. And that's where it left off. So she is going to become queen, I guess. That was intense and wild ride. Like, I was pacing my room with anticipation. Because it was so good. So yeah, that's all that happened. Sorry I'm a little out of it. I am so tired. But I will see you guys later. That is the end of these reviews for this book. So I will see you on the next review for another book. Okay, bye, lovelies.